It's 9:57 on the 18th of October, and my update from yesterday with regard to correspondence that was put at my door, with just regular postage, not registered, and quite spurious. I'm concerned that any Garda Síochána representative would be presenting any kind of documentation to me, with the protection that I'm entitled to. I'm a recovery advocate of Narcotics Anonymous since 2006. My work has impacted legislation. I'm of humanitarian protection. I'm a property owner, and I'm guarded and protected by particular laws. Unfortunately, there are people out there that are disrespecting my faith and my family. They're also disrespecting my holy vows, and they have been conducting sacrilegious blasphemy in this community that I've been tolerating for quite a while since I became married. And there's been a lot of problems caused for me as a property owner, and it's quite serious that, having worked for 3 state departments, that my track record has been slandered. And as a teacher and as a recovery advocate for Narcotics Anonymous, that represents sanity and sobriety, I'm encountering mentalities that aren't in accordance with the Constitution or the Human Rights Declaration. So I experienced unlawful detainment when my son was unlawfully separated from me without any care orders in place, and without any substance abuse occurring, without any neglect or abandonment occurring. My child was just unlawfully withheld from me, and I was unlawfully detained. Sober and steady and sane as I was, I encountered a few mental health practitioners that have proven to be quite discourteous and quite defamatory in their work. So it's quite disrespectful to the Fellowship of Narcotics Anonymous that I represent. It's quite dangerous as well, the defamation that has been occurring of my character, reputation and good name. But this has happened in this community since 2006. So I've experienced very dangerous professional losses, and a lot of professional exploitation has been occurring from my advocacy work. And there has been a lot of creative intellectual theft that's been refuted, denied, and being exploited without my consent. So there are doctors that have disrespected not just the Hippocratic Oath, but women's health. And they've disrespected the developments and progress that they have abused from my experience. And they have not paid dues or credit to my experience. And they have been quite aggressive and threatening. And I have protection rights. And these people have been using my wealth and my work, and I'm just trying to fathom the audacity of it. I'm a qualified professional and property owner, and these people are thinking that they're going to decide and designate what they don't have ownership of. So it's not just criminal, it's inhumane and insane. And they're not really, helping the future progress positively, and they're not really setting a good example, harming women and children's rights, especially with where they're hoping to prosper from my property. It just doesn't make sense. So these people have been of exploitation and monetization from my experience and my work, and I take exception to that. So those people that are threatening my rights and my identity and my experience, that have been prospering from work that they don't have legal ownership of, I'm concerned for you. As I've always said, I represent sanity and sobriety, and it's not just unprofessional what I'm contending with. It's illegal, and taking credit for other people's work. I've been recovery advocacy for Narcotics Anonymous since 2006. So with a clean slate and a track record that's been slandered by people that are very loose with their lips, saying very inaccurate comments and making very dangerous allegations, I'm concerned for you to be on my property and to be disrespecting the church of my matrimony to my husband, Richard McElligott. That is still legally binding. So any woman or man, I don't know, that would be conducting offence against a woman that has helped progress society, to be dirtying my my experience, to be dirtying my experience with that kind of dirt. It's not civilized behavior, it's not safe behavior, and it's not setting a good example to young people. And it's, unlawful care orders of a child without a supervision care order, without good reason. It's all very dangerous. So the ombudsman have still not conducted the resolution and reparations that I'm due. The ombudsman have heard from me since February 2017, and I'm still tolerating very intrusive behaviour that's disrespecting many facets of this experience that's been occurring. Not just my properties from my marriage and my ancestors, my child's upbringing. Every child is precious, so it's a sad sign of the times that doctors aren't respecting their oath, not to mind the basic principles of basic common courtesy and common sense. So there are people stepping over the line. They might be reminded that they've pushed the boat a bit too far with me already with the offences my child has experienced, and we've already seen the casualties due to that unlawful action in January 2017. We've already seen the casualties. So it'll be really brave and courageous if the officials of Dáil would just really work with the reality of this situation. I'm not tolerating brutes brazening it with my work and exploiting from my work. There are repercussions, there are penalties. I have a very clean track record, and those slandering my track record are putting their own credibility at risk. It's a really sad sign of the times, and